Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Company Goes 1 replay. So on the south side, as a Panzer Lead player, we have ORO, and so on his teammate as the Wehrmacht player, we have Army, which Wehrmacht is literally translated to is a German word for army, so that's actually quite a fitting name. Spawning as the US player, we have CUBYX, or CUBYX, and as the British forces, we have Paul. The Antrenat, I have no idea actually what that region means. Pentru, spectacol, I have no idea.
We await your command.
Fuel point has been claimed right here, and looks like the Panzer Grenadier is going to try to keep a claim, getting upgraded with the G43s. As the scope rifles does throw some rounds into them. Does get inside the garrison now. A mix of heavy cover and no cover. Panzer Grenadiers could get some good damage in. They do decapture that fuel point now. This fuel point has been claimed, but it looks like they didn't get any income from it. More Panzer Grenadiers push the way forward. Of course, got the engineers and the intersection there. Trying to bully around, does get the decapture there. Oh, so annoying. The Gret still has plenty of health to do that once again. Oh, good night. Get some good rest.
Infantry section ready.
Antrenat still knocking around these forces, and this intersection, since he hasn't captured all the squad, wasn't able to get into the fight as quickly as possible. And that is a MG, which means he's come for a weapon support center, not a barracks. G43 squad does fall back. A bit too much fire coming down onto him. And now we do have these engineers advancing against the pioneers. MG42 pushes his way forward. They, of course, did spot the US 30 cal, so that gives an idea of what the US player has gone for. This point has not received it, or given them any income at the moment, and we can decapture them now. Soon we'll give them a handful of resources, but not a whole lot. Yep, they may have received one fuel from that point before being captured. Antrenat does find a burst there under the Brun carrier. Camp Group company deployed out by the Wehrmacht or Panzer League player. We may see some 251s, not 251s, 250 half tracks. Or go straight for the Panzerjäger command. Scope rifle squad getting overwhelmed by these G40, or not G43s, but these Panzer Grenadiers. And now we do have a mortar team getting some hits there on these forces. This mortar, unusual item to see, but not half bad one in this current situation. Motorcycle deployed out by the Wehrmacht player. MG42 being pushed forward once again. That could be actually a different MG42. If that is a different MG42. Those Grenadiers who get inside the garrison will find the lieutenant firing from there. Red carrier is down half health. Mortars trying to get some hits onto one of these forces. Actually, onto the last known location of the MG42. Red carrier has received some fire there. He needs the US engineers to get that repaired up. And this garrison has been claimed by the Panzer Grenadiers. Does spot the US sniper there. May try to run him down. Mortar does receive some MG42 bursts there, suppressing him. I hear 30 cal hitting this MG42. And now we've got a mortar half track deployed on out. Just go ahead and suppress this infantry section, the MG42. He does force him back. Lieutenant is following him around. We've got some mortar hits raining on in from the mortar half-track onto the 30 cal. Getting a good hit there now. Next hit could be his last. Ooh, or the lieutenant's last. Pretty close to death he is. And the 30 cal does go down. The US player only has 3-man engineers, can't pick it up with his, or he will lose a squad if he does pick it up with his engineers. So maybe a good idea for the infantry to pick it up. Mortar half-track now receiving fire from this Bren carrier. We've got a MG42 to help cover it. And we've got the Panzer Grenadiers pushing the way forward, trying to get some good damage there onto the Bren carrier. Petrograd now receiving some fire there from the Bren carrier and decides to body block it, trying to get some more fire onto it. 4 Panzer Grenadiers engaging it. No medics yet for them, looks like, because they're all very, very wounded. And Panzerhaus does connect onto that Bren carrier, and now the infantry section may get wiped out. That's a lot of fire on the retreat. But he was mostly in heavy cover, managed to survive thanks to the heavy cover from the carcass. Motorcycle falling away. We got the intersection getting suppressed. We got 2 US snipers engaging these forces. Kaliningrad making its way forward. Does spot the snipers. Actually, they're just running away. They're not camouflaging away. No mortar hits right there. Looks like the mortar's trying to hit the MG42. Oh, nope, that's the mortar half-track firing. Got a landmine here deployed up by the US player. Rifle grenade's been selected for the Brits. You got the 30 cal inside this garrison now. Mortar in place being quoted by the Brits. Where is the US mortar as well? There's the US mortar. Minor hit there. Finds a great hit there on the rifle grenades there from the other mortar half-track. Good hit there on the mortar emplacement. Mortar emplacement is receiving some fire, but they're reasonably durable. That's actually... Is the railroad blocking those shots? The AoE effect should do some splash damage, but the railroad itself may be blocking some of those shots. Because that mortar pit's not receiving any sort of fire. Headquarters command truck.
They're losing ammunitions depot.
Does not have a damaged engine, so it's moving very slow because crushing terrain.
Kampfgruppen have upgraded defensive operations.
Hazard player does get some base healing now, which is very important. Good hits there onto that engineer. He does go ahead and take out that engineer now.
Eliminated the enemy once more.
We got a bunker being deployed out here. It could be a casualty recovery bunker. I don't believe it's going to be a repair bunker. Definitely not a machine gun bunker. Now here comes a Greyhound. US snipers are pushing their way forward. That is, of course, a US landmine as well, so he doesn't have to worry about them.
Destroyed an enemy unit.
Why do I always get the snipers getting killed by landmines, but that one was a mortar detonated landmine to kill the sniper? I swear that happens way too often. Landmines kill snipers, but not usually like that. Greyhound's also almost dead. And now we do have this bunker being upgraded to the, and still assuming casualty recovery bunker. There's going to be a massive engagement here. Good suppression coming out by the MG42, getting all those instructions. That's exactly what it needs. The lieutenant does not have Veteran C1, so can't use heroic charge. And that is a repair bunker. And now all these mortars should be able to The lieutenant does avoid that mortar shot there, as well as that one. And we got Panzer Grenadiers on the retreat path as well. Let's get forced back to 30 cal. And doesn't have the courage to clearing station anymore, so needs some healing. But Cal finds some shots there. Close to going to be a counter barrage. Nope, that's incendiary mortar there. We got a regular barrage here. Scope rifles making their advance. Still very, very wounded though, below half health. M342 does get forced back. Pack gun may get taken out there, but does of course have base healing from his teammate. That's going to fall back. Panzer Grenadier still charging forward. I hear the two US snipers. He has rebuilt a fresh one there. Its third kill has been claimed. And these snipers do get spotted by the motorcycle, but the motorcycle may get ripped apart by that 30 cal. Good shots onto the motorcycle, severely wounding it. But of course, there's the repair bunker here to repair it up.
Attention, the enemy advances.
Lieutenant is capturing up that field point now as these forces start making their way forward. Or half trucks do back off. And he's about to get out of the range of the lieutenant as well. He has been in negative ground there. And does get some good damage there on those intersection squads. Good back all the way a little bit to get some healing. Greyhound is advancing. I think that finally got repaired up. Throwing some rounds onto those mortar half tracks, but they have plenty of health as well as some defense that you see. And we do got some slit trenches now being deployed out as well. Pack 38 finds him there onto the Greyhound. Next shot does connect, severely wounding that Greyhound, but he does go and back away. Senior Mortar does come forward on top of that slit trench. Slit trench was not fully built, but will be burned to death, likely. Or gunned down. Up front, we got these scope rifles here, but they will get overwhelmed by all these Panzer Grenadiers. They're also severely wounded. Let's use the designated marksman there. They do fall back in a very, very bad direction. You're seeing a lot of extra fire there. His HQ is right here, so that is actually probably the likely retreat path there. They may need to crush some of these fences in order to prevent that. That is the captured 30 cal, captured by his teammate 30 cal, and now we do have 25 pounder. Strong locally has gone for Royal Artillery. Artillery grenades gain some good splash damage there on those Panzer Grenadiers. He gets some good hits there on the retreat, but he doesn't gain any models. 25 pounder raining on top of the mortar. We do got the For the Fatherland, so the Wehrmacht player has gone for defensive. These Pioneers will manage to find a nice flank onto that 30 cal. There's also a dropped US mortar right there. And finds a US landmine. Pretty sure that was a US landmine. Could be Brit. AT gun and armor cars pushing way forward. That could have been a landmine deploy out with the Greyhound. And the Kennegrad does get spotted there, receiving lots of fire. Almost gets gunned down. Oh, almost gets gunned down.
We have gained the momentum on the field.
Forces do fall back. Motorcycle does get spotted there. Mortar has been captured by the Volks Grenadier, so he has claimed a US mortar. So there's 2 mortar half-tracks, 1 Wehrmacht mortar, and 1 US mortar, all for the Axis side. That's a lot of indirect fire. Mass Panzertrucks here, 3 Panzertrucks at least, getting some great hits there on the AT gun, and fully destroys that AT gun there. Finds a hit there onto the Greyhound as well. Infantry will manage to avoid the Greyhound. Engineers won't do much versus these forces. They do get forced back. Multiple Panzer shots there. Severely wounded. Zeal's now available. Does get suppressed there by the 30 cal, or maybe not. 30 cal's way over here. Suppression, trying to hit the MP42. It has Vet 3. I guess he really didn't like these Panzer Grenadiers charging forward like that. Four snipers from mortar half-track. I mean, snipers are hit or miss. One of them was from a landmine, if I remember correctly. It wasn't paid attention to all the sniper deaths. He must have lost a lot of snipers. And we got some 25-pounders raining on in right there. More hits on the headquarters command truck. He's asking, talking about the Panzer Elite player. Bunker's still alive. He's supposed to be captured on up. And he's starting to repair up these, the HQ command truck with the Piet squad. Mortars are raining a little bit short, unable, maybe not aware of where the new location of the command truck is. He started making his way forward now. I know he did fire some rounds. He may have splashed of some of those mortars, like that one right there, so he may have spotted it.
Research has granted us the ability to perform advanced repair.
Engineers pushing way forward. Got the advanced repair ability. Got MP40 Volks here as well. Fires the Panzerfaust onto the Greyhound. It does not retreat back. MP42 does suppress these forces. And now got the big push forward with the Panzertrucks and G43. One of the squads is unupgraded. And is not being upgraded. Greyhound's pushing way forward. We also got a regular Sherman tank here with a 50 cal. That should be a good item for these forces. Mortars are sort of splashing these forces. It does fall back in time. HQ command truck up to half health. The casualty clearing station could use some health as well. Sherman tank will be a very powerful item at this current time. May get a good hit there on that mortar half track. Does have Veteran C3 available. Doesn't have it selected, however. For the Fatherland has been activated, suppressing down the scope rifle squad.
Hunter, we're losing a fuel depot to the enemy, for the enemy has destroyed a vehicle.
And the intersection does get suppressed.
Tank busters ready to move, sir.
It's got all reinforced here. We do got a Churchill, regular Churchill. So it looks like we got Royal Engineers, and he has not gotten for the improved replacements for the resource line. So we got a regular Churchill deployed on the field. That's an unusual item to see. I would expect we probably should have seen APRE. Dude sort of makes his way forward, does find some shots there on the sniper. Sherman tank, however, will pose a serious threat to these light vehicles. Getting repaired on up. That is a US sniper there as well. As the force does get suppressed by the MG42s.
Comfortable has proven its superiority once again.
Did that sniper go down to the mortar again? That could have been from random splash. I wasn't paying attention, but another sniper goes down. But also, I don't see any concrete evidence of hackering. We just have mortars just raining on in, but there's that many mortars. It doesn't take much to take out those snipers, that's for sure. Armored car may take out the scout, or armored car, but the Panzer squad will finish off that M8. Churchill's making his way forward. Pack 30 can rotate his gun around. So can the Pantrex. Need some hits there. And the Pack 38 does go ahead and finish off the Churchill. Pounders starting to be cleaned on up. These forces are, it looks like they're pretty much back in the game. They're not doing anything at the moment. They're just chatting around. But as far as I can tell, all the snipers seem gone down are not a case of map hacking. But then again, I wasn't really paying attention for map hacking. Yep, and one of them has back the game. Let's go ahead and just fast forward. They haven't been able to deal with the blobs either.
The enemy reduces 300 points. Our brave infantry can now double their efforts against enemy tanks.
And now the other player has back. Has his teammate a map hack? Nope.
The enemy is using even now. Ensigns are now available for deployment.
And that's in the replay. Apparently he was actually aiming for those snipers as mortars. I mean, he has gone for Vet 3 support weapons. I'm not sure how effective Vet 3 mortars are versus snipers, but apparently relatively effective. But I have seen no concrete details of map hacking. Either way, this is Aaron Gray saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.